The salt wind from Biscayne Bay pushed through the open jalousie windows of my little house in Coconut Grove the night my son and his wife decided I no longer belonged in it. I was 81, widowed 12 years, and the pink stucco cottage on Kumquat Avenue had been mine free and clear since Raul died in 2011. Raul Morales, my husband of 54 years, the man who came to Miami on a fishing boat in 1967 with nothing but a duffel bag and a promise to his mother he would never look back. He built a life here, built this house with his own hands, poured every extra dollar from his welding shop into the coral rock walls and the mango tree that still shades the driveway. I thought that was the whole story. I was wrong. That evening I was making café con leche the way Raul liked it. Burnt sugar, a pinch of salt, the pot hissing on the stove, when Diego and Lauren walked in without knocking. Diego, my only child, 48 years old, wearing the same entitled smile he perfected in law school. Lauren behind him, blonde hair twisted into that severe knot she thinks makes her look important, clutching her phone like a weapon. "Mama," Diego said, not even pretending warmth, "we've decided it's time." "Time for what, mijo?" "Time you moved to a place that can actually take care of you. We found a beautiful assisted living in Coral Gables. Ocean view. Activities. You'll love it." I set the pot down slowly. "This is my house." "Not for long," Lauren said, scrolling. "We've already spoken to an elder law attorney. Power of attorney, medical proxy, sale of property for your care. It's all very standard." I laughed, because what else could I do? You need my signature for any of that. Diego stepped closer. "We're family. You'll do what's best for everyone." I saw it then. The same coldness I used to see in the eyes of the immigration officers when Raul told his story at the old Freedom Tower. The look that says you are only a problem to be solved. That night they took my phone, my car keys, even the landline cord. They marched me down the narrow wooden stairs to the crawlspace basement Raul had turned into storage after Hurricane Andrew. The air was thick with mildew and the smell of old plantains. They shoved me inside, closed the door, and slid the bolt. "This is for your own good, Mama," Diego called through the wood. "Think about what you're doing to us." I heard the car start. Heard them drive away. Heard the house settle into the kind of silence that only comes when someone you love has just declared war. I sat on a cracked plastic crate and waited for the dark to swallow me. My knees ached. My heart felt like wet paper. Then I noticed the faint scratching sound behind the far wall, the one Raul had always called my little secret. I remembered. 45 years ago, drunk on rum and nostalgia after his mother died in Havana, Raul had whispered, "If anything ever happens to me, Karina, look behind the Virgin." I thought he was joking. I found the small plaster statue of La Virgen de la Corredad del Coba wedged between two concrete blocks. I pulled. The statue came away in my hands, revealing a rusted metal box no bigger than a showbox. My fingers shook so badly I nearly dropped it. Inside, a yellowed envelope, a Cuban passport expired in 1970, and a single sheet of onion skin paper folded so many times it felt like cloth. I unfolded it under the weak glow of my watch. A birth certificate. Name, Raul Antonio Morales y Fernandez. Born, the 10th of March, 1942, Hospital Hermanos Imageras, Havana. Mother, Maria Elena Fernandez. Father, Commander Ernesto Guevara de la Serna. My husband, the quiet welder who hated politics, who cried every time he heard Guantanamera, who refused to hang any flag except the American one, was the secret son of Che Guevara. There was a letter too, in Raul's careful handwriting. "Maria, if you are reading this, I am gone and someone is trying to take what I built. My father never knew I existed. My mother hid me from both the revolution and the exile. She gave me her surname so I would live. I came to America to disappear. I married you so I would never be alone. This house is yours. The deed is in your name only. I never trusted banks. I never trusted anyone after 1959. If our son ever forgets where he came from, remind him that blood is not the only thing that makes a man. T'amo sempre. Raul." I sat in the dark for hours holding that paper against my chest like it might fly away. Upstairs, the front door slammed again. Footsteps. Lauren's sharp laugh. Diego on the phone bragging about finally getting the old bat out of the way. I waited until the house went quiet. Then I took the tiny screwdriver Raoul kept in his toolbox and pried open the rusted hasp on the crawlspace vent. I am old, but I am Cuban. We are small and we are stubborn. I wriggled out into the bougainvillea like a lizard, thorns tearing my nightgown, and walked barefoot to Mrs. Delgado next door, who still thinks Fidel is coming back any day. 3 days later I sat in the Coral Gables office of Valeria Acosta, the fiercest Cuban-American attorney south of the 8th Street. She read the documents without blinking. "Senora Morales," she said, "do you know what you're holding?" "Trouble," I answered. "Power," she corrected. "The kind of power that makes revolutions nervous and real estate developers wet their pants." She explained. Diego and Lauren had already filed papers claiming I was incompetent. They had a forged durable power of attorney, a fake medical evaluation, and a buyer lined up. Some developer from New Jersey who wanted to tear down my cottage and the 3 others on the block to build luxury condos called Che Guevara Lofts. The irony was not lost on me. Valeria smiled the way sharks smile. "We are going to give them a history lesson they will never forget." We waited. We let them think they had one. They moved into my house. They threw parties. They posted photos on Instagram captioned "New Chapter, Same Roots." Lauren even hung a framed print of Che in the living room and called it ironic chic. On the morning the closing was scheduled, Valeria and I walked up the front path I had swept every day for 50 years. Diego opened the door in linen pajamas, smug as a cat. "You're too late, Mama. Papers are signed. You can pick up your things from storage." Valeria handed him a thick envelope. "Actually, Mr. Morales, the closing has been indefinitely postponed. My client is exercising her right of refusal under the original deed, which, by the way, is the only valid one." Diego ripped it open. His face went the color of old cafecito. Inside, the birth certificate, the letter, and a cease and desist from the National Archives of Cuba stating that any commercial use of the Guevara name or likeness without family consent is a violation of international heritage law. My signature, at the bottom, gave consent only if the house remained exactly as Raoul built it, forever. Lauren came running. "What is this garbage?" "It's history," I said quietly. "Your husband's grandfather was a communist revolutionary. Congratulations. You just tried to evict his widow." The developer's lawyer arrived 10 minutes later, sweating through his seersucker suit. One look at the documents and he started apologizing in rapid English. The deal was dead. The gossip was already spreading through Miami like wildfire. Diego Morales, the hotshot Cuban-American real estate attorney, was Che Guevara's grandson and he didn't even know it until his mother ruined him with it. Partners dropped him. Clients vanished. The Bar Association opened an ethics investigation into the forged documents. Lauren filed for divorce before the week was out. She never signed up to be married to a communist's heir, ironic chic or not. They left the Grove with whatever they could fit in 2 Teslas. I heard they're renting a 1-bedroom in Kendall now. Diego cuts hair on weekends to make ends meet. Lauren sells Plexus on Instagram. I never pressed charges. I didn't need to. The truth was punishment enough. The house is quiet again. The mango tree drops fruit on the roof like it always did. I repainted the Virgin's niche a fresh sky blue and left Raoul's box inside, open, so the air can touch it. Some nights I sit on the porch with a cafecito and watch the cruise ships glide past Government Cut, lights twinkling like 1,000 small promises. I think about blood and names and what we choose to carry. I kept the house. I kept myself. And for the first time in 81 years, I am not afraid of anything.